Hello there. How are you doing today? Title of the book, The Tumbleweed Came Back. Author, CARMELA, LAVIGNA, COYLE. Illustration, Kevin Richin. A mighty wind blew in as we sat to eat our lunch. It plopped a tiny tumbleweed into our jug of punch. My granny shouted, "Eek! Oh me! A prickly wicked weed!" So we flicked it back into the breeze before it dropped a seed. But the tumbleweed came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Rolling in the garden and rolling past the gate, and Granny was becoming even more and more irate. So we captured up the wicked weeds and stuffed them in a trunk and then dropped it in the Rio Grande and watched until it sunk. We happily reported back the weeds are finally gone. But we kept our guard into the night and all the way till dawn. But the tumbleweeds came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Hopping on the picket fence and rolling up the stoop, rolling in and rolling through, then out the chicken coop. We dragged all 17 of them on top of Granny's shed, then tied them to balloons and let them loose above our heads. They lifted up and sailed away like carnival parade and disappeared into the west as day began to fade. But the tumbleweeds came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Zooming toward the old red barn and through the double doors, past the cow, up the loft, and out the second floor. We conjured up another plan to end the tumbleweeds. A one-way ticket to the coast would do the deed. We boarded them onto a train and locked the freight door tight and listened as the train whistled dissolved into the night. But the tumbleweeds came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Splashing in our swimming pool and sunning on the deck, dropping seeds on everything. Our granny was a wreck. We crammed them in a shipping box with no written address, slapped a mailing label on, and sent them UPS. We wooed and hooed and jumped high-fived. The weeds were gone at last, but you'd think we'd wait to celebrate until more time had passed. 'Cause tumbleweeds came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Sliding down the chimney and marching through the halls, barging in on Granny's club and crawling up the walls. So we found some gears, a rope, and wood and built a time machine, then sent them in a capsule to 3015. We stood beside our new gizmo and grinned from ear to ear. There was no way they'd travel back to this exact same year. But the tumbleweeds came back the very next day. Even more came back. They just wouldn't stay away. Rolling toward the closet door and down the laundry chute, socks and undies everywhere, they didn't give a hoot. So we loaded up those tumbleweeds onto a rocket ship and blasted them to outer space for an interstellar trip. Granny threw a victory party, inviting folks we know. We sang and danced and ate until a wind began to blow. A sudden hush came over us as we ran out to see if tumbleweeds were blowing back from a distant galaxy. We turned our heads towards the sky, and much to our delight, from here to there and in between, no tumbleweeds in sight. The end. Hope you enjoyed this book. See you in another book. Bye-bye.